Welcome. I'm your host, Mr. Koropa. Today we are going to have the second lesson in this series. I'm calling it a series because we are going to show you how simple mathematics is. We're going to start from the simple to the difficult topics. So we started last time on integers, and we are still under integers. If you didn't watch the first lesson, I would advise you to go on top and check the first lesson that we had, because it will be very difficult for you to understand this lesson that we are going to have if you didn't understand the first lesson. So make sure that you check the first lesson, then you join us in the second lesson. So we are still under integers. Last time we looked at something like this. Where we talked about same sign and different signs. So same signs, we said you are supposed to add and maintain the sign, which gave us -5. Different signs, we said we are supposed to subtract and maintain the sign of the bigger number. So on this one, you are supposed to get the -2. You maintain the sign of the what? The bigger number. But today, we are just going to add. We are just dealing with the same integers, but we are just going to add the letters. For example, in this case, we just had the y. So what are you supposed to do there? You are supposed to add the numbers, not the letters. First, ignore the letters. Add the numbers. So in this case, you just add, because we are dealing with the same signs. So just add the numbers because we are dealing with same signs. So you add 3 plus that, you get 5. 3 plus 2, you get 5 and maintain the sign. So we are going to get -5. Then you include a y. Don't write y. Just include the what? The y. And this is the lesson that we are going to have. If you have not subscribed to this channel, make sure that you subscribe and click on the notification button so that you don't miss what is coming. We have a lot of things that is coming for you. Let's look at the examples. Then you are given something like this. So we are still under integers. But what we have just done in this lesson is we have just added the letters. So these letters are called. So if you look at this, the number is called coefficient. Then the letter is called a variable. So we have just added a variable. A variable is a letter which is in front of the what? The number. So we have added the variables here. So let's try to evaluate. The first question is, are you having same signs? That's the first question. Are you having the same signs? Check here. Here you have negative. There you have negative. So what we are having there, we are having the what? The same signs. So you are supposed to add. So when you add, what are you adding? We add the numbers, not the letters. Add the numbers that you can see there. So I'm going to add 3 plus 4. Why am I adding? I'm having the same what? The same signs. So when I add these two, what is the same sign statement saying? When you add, you should maintain the same sign. And the same sign that I can see there, the sign is negative. So I'm going to add and maintain the what? The sign. So I'm going to write -7, then I'll include a y. Don't write y, just get a y. It's like when you have 2 books plus 2 books plus 3 books. Do you look at the books? No, you look at the numbers. You add this plus that, you get 5. Then do you write books? You are just dealing with the books. So you just write the what? The books. So take note of that, please. Question B. We are told to evaluate -5x plus 2y. First question is, am I having same sign or different signs? So you check here. you have different signs. So what does the statement say about different signs? You are supposed to subtract and maintain the sign of the what? The bigger number. So in this case, you subtract 5 minus 2, you get 3. When you get 3, what would be the sign of 3? Because we are having two signs there. You look at the sign of the bigger number. The sign of the bigger number will be the sign of your answer. So the bigger number there is 5 and it's having a negative. So your answer will be negative 3x. Let's look at question C. Negative y plus 2y. Very important. But if I look at y there is no letter. So what am I going to do? How am I going to subtract? Because I can't see a number. I can only see a letter. But the previous one I was saying, you are supposed to subtract or to add the numbers, but no number there. But what are you supposed to do? Listen now. If I say x plus x, how am I going to answer this one? No numbers. When a letter has no number, just know that there is a 1 in front. A 1 is always invisible. You won't see the question where they write a 1. No. A 1 is always invisible. So make sure that when you see a number, let's look at this one. You can see we have xy. We can't see a number in front. When you can't see a number in front, just bear in mind to say there is a 1 which is invisible. So when I say x plus x, just know to say there is a 1, 1. So it's 1 plus 1, which will give you 2. Then you add the letter, which will give you 2 what? 2x. Same applies there. We have the invisible 1. And we have different what? Different signs. And what are we supposed to do? To subtract. When you subtract 2 minus 1, you get a 1. Then 1, you maintain the sign of the bigger number. So it will be positive 1y. The answer for this one will be positive 1y. But those who have followed me, and those who watched the first lesson that we had, we said the positive is supposed to be invisible. And in this lesson, I'm saying a 1 also is supposed to be invisible. So the answer there, it will just be y. It's positive 1y, but the y, the positive is invisible, and also a 1 is invisible. Take note of that. Let's look at this one. What do we have? Do you have same or different? The signs there. You have different signs. So we are going to subtract. What are we going to subtract? The numbers, not the letters. So what number do we have there? I said no number there, but it's 1 which is invisible. So we have a 1. So you say 2 minus 1. When you say 2 minus 1, we are going to get a 1. Then what will be the sign of the 1? Because we have different signs. So sign of 1 would be negative. Why negative? The bigger number is having a negative. So the answer is supposed to be negative 1xy. Now, the 1 is supposed to be invisible, but a negative, it can't be invisible. So my answer now is just going to be negative xy. I'm sure you have enjoyed this lesson. So what you can do is, let's try to continue interacting. You can post your answer for these two. I'm going to mark you as you post your answers on this. Let's hope you have enjoyed the lesson. If you have enjoyed the lesson, don't forget to share with your friends. You can share them on Facebook. You can share them via WhatsApp, so that they can also benefit from these lessons. We have series of lessons that are coming. So next time we are going to look at like terms and unlike terms. Don't forget to subscribe and to click on the notification button so that you don't miss what is coming next. Thank you very much. See you next time.